So, for the types of contrast, so meron tayong tinatawag na high contrast, low, and optimum contrast. So, pag high contrast, ibig sabihin, we'll be able to easily differentiate between black and white. So, katulad nito, so this one here, so high contrast, so makikita natin agad-agad, ma-identify natin yung black tsaka yung white area. High contrast siya. Pag low contrast naman, medyo putol lang, low contrast, so it will be difficult for us to differentiate the differences between black and white. So as you can see here, so medyo mahirap siyang i-determine kung saan nag-end ang white areas or kung saan nag-start ang black areas. Pero dito, so makikita natin hanggang dito yung black and then white after. And then ito naman for optimum or optimal contrast, so sakto lang, hindi naman siya gano'n kababa ang contrast, hindi rin gano'n kataas. So ang aim natin sa radiology is itong optimum contrast, wherein kapag sinabi nating optimum contrast, hindi siya yung purong black, hindi rin siyang purong white lang. Okay? So ang pag sinabing optimum contrast, there are many shades of gray. So, maraming shades of gray. Unlike dito, talagang black siya and ito talagang white. Ito naman, so hindi mo alam, hindi natin ma-identify talaga yung black tsaka white kasi very, very low ang contrast niya or ang difference between black and white. And ito sa optimum, so tama lang. So, there are different shades of gray. Many shades of gray. Marami. So, bakit kailangan natin ng maraming shades of gray? Because these different shades of gray, katulad nandito sa lungs, we will be able also to determine the different structures. So, kasi kung puro lang siya black, hindi natin makikita yung mga blood vessels or kung ano pang mga anomalies na nandun sa lungs. But with the many shades of gray, so these different shades of gray can be identified and it can also represent different structures. So in addition, ganun din. So pag high contrast, as you can see, black and white. Ganun din dito sa picture. Pag low contrast, so white siya, tapos medyo slightly dirty white, okay, or gray. So medyo hindi malabo, malabo talaga. Pag optimum, so eto white, tapos shades of gray. Ito siya. So again, ito yung ating aim to produce a radiograph of optimum contrast. Hindi maximum ha, iba ang maximum contrast sa optimum contrast. Optimum or optimal contrast or to produce radiograph that have many shades of gray. So, going back sa na-discuss natin previously, pag high contrast, so very black and very white, okay? We can easily differentiate between black and white. Pag low contrast, so more grayscale. So more on grayscale siya, kumbaga hindi na natin makita yung black tsaka white, puro gray na lang. Pag high contrast film, it will accentuate or i-highlight niya black and white areas. Pag low contrast, the film primarily shows shades of gray. So, ang sabi ko kanina, kailangan natin are the optimum contrast na many shades of gray. So, ang low contrast, may mga shades of gray din, pero hindi na natin makita yung black and white. Kasi dapat, pag optimum contrast, may black, may white, tsaka may many shades of gray. So, babalikan natin to. Ito, black and white. Ito, shades of gray. So, ito hindi natin mako-consider na black actually, di ba? Kasi shades of gray din siya. Ito hindi rin siya yung purong white, shades of gray din. Ito naman, may black, may white, tsaka may shades of gray. Katulad din ito, black and white. Ito naman, gray. Puro lang gray. Hindi naman talaga siya black eh. Gray siya. Iba-iba lang yung shade ng gray. Ito may black, may white, tsaka may shades of gray. So exposure latitude, another term, is closely related to film contrast. So we have the wide latitude and narrow latitude, which I will discuss sa next slide. So when we say latitude, the other term for that is dynamic range. Pero ang term na latitude, ginagamit siya when we are talking about a characteristic of radiographic film, whereas ang dynamic range, ginagamit siya na term when we are talking about the digital image. So latitude refers to the range of exposure factors or exposure techniques that produce an acceptable image. And latitude is inversely related to contrast. So greater latitude is available, so we can produce greater latitude or greater or wider greater or wider latitude is available using high kbp as well as low screen film combination. So, ano ba talaga ang ibig sabihin ng latitude? When we say latitude, again, range of exposure factors. This means that different kbp, so different kbp and MAS combination, but still, so kahit iba-ibang combo ng kbp and MAS, still, it can produce acceptable image. Okay? So, different technique factors, different kbp, MA, and time combination that we can use but still will produce acceptable image. So, ang sabi dito, ang latitude is inversely related to contrast. So, meaning, balik tayo ulit sa kbp. So, the higher the kbp, what happens to contrast? Higher or lower contrast?
Lower, ma'am.
So, lower contrast. So, when we say lower contrast, di ba many shades of gray. And then, pag lower ang kbp, so that will be higher contrast or high contrast, but few shades of gray. Few shades of gray. So, for example, we have here the range of contrast. So, this is the black area and the whitest area. Okay? So, pag gumamit tayo ng high kbp, it will result to low contrast. Ibig sabihin, di ba, pag low contrast, many shades of gray. So, for example, from black, bago siya maging white, so from black, bago siya maging white, may mga different shades of gray muna dito. For example, black, super black siya, and then medyo black, light black, tapos super gray, light gray, medium gray. So, hanggang maging light white, dirty white, then ano pa ba mga ano ng white? Baby white, hanggang maging super white. Na-gets ba? Nasusundan?
Opo.
Okay. So, kung i-compare natin sa low kbp, high contrast, few lang ang shades of gray. Meaning, from black, ito black, ito white. So, ito is high kbp, ito low kbp, high contrast. Talagay ko lang para mas maintindihan. Low So, low contrast. Ito, high KBP, low KBP, so this will be high contrast. So, few shades of gray. So, from black to white, so, limbawa, ito black, tapos light gray, medium gray, tapos, or medium gray, light gray, tapos, ano pa ba, very light gray, tapos white agad. Okay? So, this is high contrast, which is caused by low KBP. So again, pag high contrast, so high contrast, very few shades of gray. So based on this, we can say that this one here, eto siya, this one here, is wide latitude. While this one here, this portion here, this example is narrow latitude. Okay? So again, pag sinabing wide latitude, marami kang pwedeng KBP at MA and time na pagpipilian, pero you will still be able to see, we will still be able to produce acceptable image. Kasi maraming shades of gray eh. So different KBP and MAS combination will also produce different shades of gray, different structures, different quality of image. Pero with this one, since very limited lang ang shades of gray niya, so konti lang din ang mga technique factor combinations na pwede mong pagpilian that will produce an acceptable image. So this is what we mean by greater or wider latitude is available when we use high KBP factors because of this. So high KBP, low contrast, so many shades of gray. So this results to greater or wide latitude. And also, with the use of slow film screen combination, dahil mabagal siyang mag-process, film screen, mabagal ang speed niya mag-process ng image, we are also able to use many combination of technique factors. Naintindihan ang latitude? Naintindihan ba? Or do you want me to repeat? Okay na. Sige. Ano
Pang-repeat po ng isang beses pa po.
Sige. Ito tayo. So, when we use, again, high KBP, so it will result to low contrast. And then, pag low KBP, high contrast. Pag low contrast, it will result to many shades of gray. Many shades of gray. Pag high contrast, it will result to few shades of gray. So these shades of gray also represents the latitude. Okay? Pag maraming shades of gray, ibig sabihin, wide or greater ang latitude. So, greater latitude. Pag few ang shades of gray, meaning few din or narrow or maliit or konti ang latitude. So, again, from this scale, so this is the black portion and this is the white area. So, i-compare natin siya dito, black portion, white area. So, many shades of gray, meaning from black, bago siya mag-white, marami munang pagdadaanan like black, tapos medium black, light black, tapos darkest gray, dark gray, gray, medium gray, light gray, and then dirty white, light white, super white. Okay? Example lang yung mga colors ko para lang maintindihan niyo niya. Marami muna siyang pagdadaan ng different shades of gray bago siya maging white. In this case naman, so few shades of gray. So from black to white. So from black, for example, naging dark black, super black, dark black, and then medium gray, then light gray, tapos white. Okay? So this again, these many shades of gray also represents a wider or many wider or greater latitude. So meaning, again, pag sinabing latitude, marami kang pwedeng pagpilian na technique factors that will still produce acceptable image. Pag few shades of gray, so low ang latitude or ang term doon is narrow. Ito naman is wide. Ang correct term. Narrow latitude, wide latitude. Narrow dahil konti lang ang pwede mong pagpilian na KBP, MA, and time or MAS factor bago mag-wide. Naintindihan? Naintindihan
Yes
na ba?
po.
Sige. So, in addition, this one here also refers to long scale contrast. This one refers to short scale contrast. So, ano ang long scale? Ito yung scale na to. Mahaba ang scale niya. From black bago siya mag-white, marami muna siyang pagdadaanan. So, long. Kumbaga, mahabang proseso bago siya naging white or from white to black. Ito naman, konti lang yung hirap na pinagdaanan niya. We call it the short scale contrast. Naintindihan? Ang scale of contrast? Sige. So, yan ha. So, short scale contrast, long scale contrast. So, this also means that higher KBP, lower contrast, many shades of gray, higher latitude or wide latitude will also result to long scale contrast. So, opposite of this, so low KBP, high contrast, so few shades of gray, therefore narrow or konti or mababa ang latitude, and this will also result to short scale contrast. So para hindi rin kayo masyadong mahirapang maintindihan or alalahanin, dito muna kayo sa pinaka-basic, tandaan nyo to. Ito. Kung alam nyo yan, so you will be able to identify the relationship of the shades of gray, latitude, and scale of contrast. Kasi, pag high KBP, di ba, matic, low contrast yan. So, di ba, anong ibig sabihin ng contrast? Difference between black and white. So, kung mababa ang difference between black and white, so meaning, there are many shades of gray. So, kung many shades of gray, therefore, many, so greater or higher or wide ang latitude. Katulad nito. And as you can see, marami siyang scale bago napunta sa white. So, long scale. While for this one, so low KBP, high contrast. So again, contrast is high, meaning, so you can easily differentiate between black and white. That also means na konti lang ang shades of gray. Kasi from black, madali mo na identify yung white. Ito siya. Therefore, We can also say that it has or it will produce short scale contrast. Short lang ang process, short lang ang pinagdaanan niya bago siya naging white. And because of this short, it will also result to short or narrow latitude. Okay, tandaan lang also na long scale contrast, low contrast. So long scale, low contrast, and what else? Long latitude. Okay, so long ang latitude niya. Ito, di ba, long. So long or wide ha, wide. Long or wide or high. Pareho lang yan. Pero ito, para madali nyo matandaan, long, low, long. Long scale of contrast, low contrast. So, iba ang scale, iba ang contrast ha. Ang scale, ito siya. Yung contrast naman, black and white. Difference between black and white. So, long, low, long. Of course, ito, baligtad na. Kung halimbawa, erase natin to. Hi! Hindi na pala mapapalik. Sige, ulitin ko na lang. So, long contrast. Ito na lang. Wait lang. Gawa tayo ng table. So, long, short. So, long contrast, long or low ha, para tayo malito. Long or low contrast will also result to long scale contrast. Will also result to long latitude. Long latitude or wide latitude. Okay? So, ito naman, short contrast, or this is low contrast. Ito naman ang short. So, this result to high contrast. Ito low. So, high contrast, short, high. High contrast. Tapos, ito, short scale, short latitude. Short or, ito, ang correct term natin is narrow. So, ito lang yung, natin, pwede kayong malito, pero, puro ito long, low, long. Ito lang siya, high. Tapos, short, short. Nagets ba? Naintindihan lang? Sige. So, this is caused by high KBP. This one is a result of low KBP. Okay.
One over. Dapat ka. Andito. Galising ito na. 100 dito. 4.
So, eto siya ulit. So, high KBP, low contrast. So, long or low or wide or greater latitude. So, long grayscale. So, ito naman, si low KBP will result to high contrast. So, high contrast, short or lesser or narrow latitude, and also will result to short grayscale. When it comes naman to image receptor, so IR is image receptor with wide latitude, so meaning ang mga screen and films na wide latitude, meaning marami kang mapagpipili ang technique factors. So, di ba kasi wide latitude, long grayscale. So, it will produce also low contrast. While those, ito nagkamali lang, dapat ito, nandito yan sa next. While those with narrow latitude have short, dapat ito siya. Those with narrow latitude have short grayscale, high contrast. Okay, so the same din ng in-explain ko a while ago. So ito yung sinasabi ko, short scale or long scale contrast. So long, low. So pag high contrast, so black and white agad. Pag low contrast, as I have said kanina, more shades of gray. So high contrast, low latitude, short scale contrast. Ang tawag doon. So meaning, high contrast, so short scale contrast, so low latitude or narrow latitude. Pag low contrast naman, low, long scale. Low contrast, long scale. And this will have a high, greater, or wide latitude. Okay? So as you can see here, long scale contrast, so maraming shades of gray. Okay? Hindi lang siya light gray. So maraming shades of gray, tapos may black, may maraming shades of white din. Ito short scale, so very, very few shades of gray. Konti lang yung mga gray areas dito, tapos black na. Ganun din doon sa white. So short scale contrast ay identified by relatively few shades of gray between black and white. So again, it is a result of using low KBP, and range of densities is short. Diba kasi nga few shades of gray, so syempre yung difference ng blackness niya, konti lang din, very short lang din. Large change in tonal value from one density to another. Ibig sabihin nito ng large change in tonal value, meaning malaki ang difference from one tone to another. For example, from black, tapos biglang naging gray, tapos biglang naging white. So you can easily differentiate between black, tapos gray, tapos white. Ito yung ibig sabihin ng large change in tonal value, meaning malaki ang difference between the different shades of gray or different colors na meron. Okay? So that is short scale contrast. Kasi pag long scale, so very, very minimal ang change in tonal value na halos hindi mo ma-identify na, ay, ibang shade na pala to. Akala ko the same pa rin ng shade ng before nito. Okay? So I will discuss more on it in a while. So, ang advantage naman ng short scale is that it has an instant eye appeal. Anong ibig sabihin ng instant eye appeal? So, maganda siya sa mata kasi makikita mo, black, ito white, ito gray. Yun lang. Kumbaga, walang in-between. Or kung meron man, so yun nga, black, tapos gray, tapos white. So, kaya madali siyang makita, madaling maintindihan. And it refers to narrow latitude. So aside from ang sinasabi dong kanina is large change in tonal value, another term na ginagamit is abrupt change in density or abrupt density differences. Meaning, mabilis ang pagpalit ng kulay. Mabilis ang pagpalit from black to white. As you can see here, ito short scale. Ito yung una, short scale, number 1. As you can see, from white, tapos gray, black. While ito naman, ang long scale, so this is short, this is long. As you can see, hindi mo ma-identify ito na iba na pala siya sa next shade. Na iba na pala siya dito kasi parang similar naman, parang the same lang din. Tapos ito din. So kumbaga, gradual ang change. Paunti-unti. Ito, biglaan. Okay? So with the short scale contrast, subtle details can be missed. So ibig sabihin nito, kung may mga konting differences sa structure, halimbawa, nag-uumpisa pa lang ang mass, nag-uumpisa pa lang ang tumor, or very, very minute pa lang or green stick ang fracture, hindi mo siya maagad mapapansin. Kasi, ang kulay niya parang the same lang. The same halimbawa na puro puti, tapos biglang nag-black lang. Whereas sa long scale, you will be able to see different structures because they have many shades of gray. That is short scale and long scale contrast. So, pag high contrast, so again, inuulit-ulit natin to para mas madaling maintindihan. Produce shorter scales. So, high contrast, so meaning difference between black and white is very, very small. So, shorter scale lang. So, it can exhibit black to white in just few steps. Like kanina yung example natin from black, gray, tapos white agad. And this is a result of using low KBP. For long scale contrast, so relatively large numbers or marami siyang shades of gray. Bago siya mag-black or bago siya mag-white, marami muna siyang shades of gray na ipapakita. And this also refers to wide latitude. So the most useful, ang long scale contrast is the most useful contrast scale in medical radiography. Although or kahit na yung short scale contrast have instant eye appeal, pero marami tayong mga structures na pwedeng ma-miss, yung mga subtle changes because nga from yung tonal value niya, abrupt ang pag-change. So, hindi natin mapapansin na may mga structures pala na iba na yung itsura niya kasi nga short na ang scale of contrast. Ito naman ang kailangan natin. Dahil maraming shades of gray, marami tayong structures na makikita, maraming details. Okay, going back. So again, so this is the summary. So low contrast, long scale. So many shades of gray, and this is a result of using high KVP. So, although ang ating preferred is long scale contrast, hindi naman siya dapat too long. Kasi kung masyado namang long scale ang contrast natin, it will be very difficult na to differentiate between structures. So, yung sakto lang, hindi yung masyadong mahaba, hindi yung masyadong long ang scale ng contrast. So, as contrast increases, the difference in tonal value become greater or more abrupt. Diba? Higher contrast, so short scale. Short scale contrast yon. So, there is an abrupt or sudden change in the tonal value. So, to better understand this one, so we will differentiate between using 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90 kbp. So, lower, sige, differentiate na lang natin yung 40 tsaka 90 para mas mas ma-appreciate nyo. 40 kbp is low kbp. So this will result to high contrast. Anyway, naka-record naman to, so pwede nyo siyang balik-balikan. While 90 kbp is high kbp, this will result to low contrast. So, di ba, pag high ang contrast, very few shades of gray. There is an abrupt change or sudden change or large difference between tonal values. And then, pag low naman ang contrast, so maraming shades of gray. As you can see sa 40, so white, tapos biglang may konting differences ng gray, tapos itong gray parang pare-pareho, ito parang pareho lang din, tapos black. Okay? So, for example, this is 1 scale, 2 scale, 3, 4 scales. Whereas, ang 90 kbp na low contrast, ito may pare-parehong white. So, first scale. Ito, parang the same. So, second scale. Ito, parang the same lang din. Ang shades of gray. So, third scale. Ito, parang the same. So, 4. Ito din. So, 5. So, we have 6. And then, 7. So, 7, for example lang to 7 scales. Ito, 4 scales lang. So, kumbaga, 4 lang na shades yung pwede mo ma-identify with using low kbp, high contrast, so short scale. So, everything is black and white on film, tapos few shades of gray. Ito naman, so halimbawa dito, nilagay ko 7 scales. So, long scale contrast. So, therefore, many shades of gray. So, long scale of shades of gray in between the lightest or yung black natin and white portions of image. Naintindihan ba? Naintindihan na ang scale of contrast? Sige, so if we have this contrast caused by KBP, we also have this screen contrast. Okay? Screen o yung ating intensifying screen. Intensifying screen, ito yung white portion na parang cardboard sa loob ng cassette. So, sa next na laboratory natin, as I have mentioned last time, mag-open tayo nito. Tapos, i-expose natin sa x-rays. Makikita nyo, nag-iilaw to, nag-glow. So, we have two types of intensifying screens. Intensifying screens. So, we have the calcium tungstate screen, tinatawag ding CTS. And we have the rare earth screens or yung ating RES. So, calcium tungstate screen does not affect the contrast of the image. While rare earth screen increase contrast. Okay, tandaan niyan. Ang CTS does not or do not affect contrast, while rare earth screens affect contrast. So, saan ginagamit ang calcium tungstate screen? Ang calcium tungstate screen, ginagamit siya sa mga blue sensitive film. Meaning, ginagamit siya sa mga film na sensitive sa blue light. And this is also referred to as the monochromatic film. While ang rare earth screens naman, ginagamit naman siya sa mga film that are cold green sensitive or sa mga film na sensitive sa green light. And they are also referred to as orthochromatic film. So, Another one is the beam restrictors. Beam restrictors, ito yung collimation. Ito yung ina-adjust natin para hindi nyo lang kasi makita kasi walang ilaw yung ating walang ilaw yung ating X-ray tube. Pero yung ina-adjust natin, yung nagko-close and nag-open dun sa ating X-ray tube, dun sa may crystal na parang may ganito siya, dun sa crystal. Di ba may ina-adjust tayo para mag-open and close. That is a collimator. Collimator is a device where collimation is a process of using collimator. Collimator is a form of beam restrictor. Beam restrictor or sometimes natawag din siyang beam restricting device. So, ang purpose niya is to restrict the area na ma-expose sa X-rays. Para ang ma-expose lang is yung kailangan lang, hindi yung full blast na halimbawa pag chest X-ray, hindi yung pati ulo, pati abdomen, pati hita kasama sa expose. So, dapat i-restrict lang natin siya kung saang area lang ang dapat ma-expose, like sa chest lang. And we can do this by the help of the beam restricting device, just like ng ating collimator. So, the ating beam restrictor or yung collimator natin, it removes some scatter radiation from interacting with the radiograph. Therefore, it will help, pero hindi siya yung nagkokosa, it can help lang to produce short scale contrast. While the scale of contrast, ito yung na-describe ko kanina, yung from black to white. So, the range of optical density from black to white or from white to black. Pareho lang yan. Basta white to black or black to white. So, paano, balikan natin itong beam restrictor. Paano nakakakos ng short scale contrast ang beam restrictor? So, di ba, ang scatter radiation, so these are the types of radiation na that are low energy na pwedeng mag-expose sa ating film. For example, we have the patient here and we have the image receptor. So normally, ang patient mag-i-emit ng radiation, we call this the remnant radiation, towards the IR. But, ang ini-emit na X-ray ng pasyente, hindi lang always, so not always, diretso sa IR. There are some X-rays emitted by the patient towards the other direction. And this is what we call the scatter radiation. So, ang scatter radiation, hindi lang din siya sa gilid, pwede ring scatter radiation towards the IR. Okay, so kanina sabi ko, from the patient towards the IR, ito yung ating remnant radiation. Ito siya. And remnant radiation are high energy X-rays. While ang scatter radiation are low energy X-rays. And therefore, these low energy X-rays can contribute to fog or yung ating sinasabing unwanted blackness or unwanted density in the radiograph. So kung ang scatter radiation, some of the scatter radiation will interact with our image receptor, with our film. So additional exposure yan. So ibig sabihin, parang nag-expose ka na rin ng additional dito sa ating film. And because of that, so it will result now to short scale contrast. Okay? So, tatandaan lang, beam restrictor, so results to or produces short scale contrast. So these are the different types of beam restrictors. We have the cones and cylinders. This is wrong ha, wrong ang spelling nito. Galing yan sa PowerPoint ng iba. Picture lang kinuha ko. Collimator, A yan, A. So aperture diaphragm, cones and cylinders, and collimators. So we will discuss more on this sa film 2 na ninyo sa next SEM. So, between those three, between sa kanilang tatlo, collimator is the most commonly used and also the most efficient type of beam restricting device. So, lahat ng to, aperture diaphragm, cones and cylinders, and collimators, ang purpose nila is to restrict the X-rays that will expose the image receptor. So, ito na-discuss ko na. Then, for optical density, so this refers again to the blackness, di ba? The blackness of the image in the radiograph or the blackening or the opaqueness, the degree of opaqueness on the radiograph or the opacity of the radiograph or its inability to be penetrated by light. So this also refers to how light or dark a film appears, and this is controlled by the amount of exposure reaching the film. So this is controlled primarily by MAS. So you have seen a densitometer yung ginamit natin nung nakaraan. So iba-iba din yung kanilang size and form and shape. Ito yung example naman ng ibang klaseng densitometer. So the optical density readings that are most useful in general radiography is between 0.25 to 2.5 optical density. Pag below 0.25, almost clear. So that means either the underdeveloped siya or underexposed. Pag above 2.5, so very black na siya, so it can mean na it maybe it is overdeveloped or overexposed. Next, for radiographic definition, so this is the third quality factor. Kasi ang first, we have the contrast, second is density, the third is definition. So, this refers simply to the clarity and sharpness of the image. Kung gaano kaganda ang quality niya, makikita natin yung bawat edges and also how sharp the image is. So, pag ang word is definition, ang meaning niya is to make definite, clear, and also refers to the sharpness of outlines and the detail or sharpness of minute markings. So, ibig sabihin, kahit maliliit na markings, maliliit na structures, minute, it can still be identified, it can still be assessed or evaluated. That is what we mean by definition. So we also have the term maximum definition. Describes an image that outlines the objects extremely well. Kasi nga maximum. Wherein the lines and the markings of the actual anatomic parts are visible. So, kitang-kita, kumbaga maximum definition ang tawag doon. Or radiographic maximum definition. This means that a radiograph shows minimum magnification and distortion. So, pag sinabing distortion, this refers to either nag-elongate siya or nag-shorten. So, pwedeng na magnify, pwedeng mas lumiit siya kasi sa original, or sa distortion naman, pwedeng mas mahaba siya sa ang image na nakikita natin. Kumbaga, halimbawa, mas mahaba yung braso niya kaysa sa original. Or minsan makikita natin sa radiograph, bakit parang ang ikli ng binti sa radiograph, bakit sa original, sa actual naman na binti ng pasyente, mahaba naman. Distortion tawag doon. In radiography, the true object recorded on the film is called umbra. So, umbra is the true object, while the penumbra are small or thin area of blurring, so area of blurring around the umbra. For example, ito yung radiograph natin. Ito yung original structure. This is the umbra. Tapos kung may mga exposure sa gilid, that is penumbra. Okay? So, penumbra is also known as unsharpness. So, unsharpness of the image on the edges or surrounding the umbra is penumbra. Radiographers or rad techs cannot completely eliminate penumbra or unsharpness. So, kahit anong galing natin, we can never totally eliminate or avoid penumbra. However, we can minimize it so that image quality is not compromised. So, in radiography, definition, pag sinabi natin definition, so parang generic term siya, parang umbrella term siya. Marami siyang sakop. It is an all-encompassing term that includes all of the visible characteristics of the radiograph. So parang technically, pag sinabi natin definition, actually parang yun nga, pag technical ang pag-uusapan, parang kasama na rin doon yung contrast, yung density, yung definition, yung outlines, yung mga markings, lahat ng characteristics na visible sa radiograph, we can call it definition.